Joining us for a little bit, most likely a half hour or so, is Shreveport mayoral candidate Leo Savage. Welcome back to KEEL, Mr. Leo. How are you this morning?
I am wonderful, Robert. Thank you.
Let's start here. You are a self-admitted political novice. This is your first race. You correct me if I'm speaking, if I'm incorrect. You just got kind of fed up and said, you know, if not me, who, if not now, when, to paraphrase Ronald Reagan.
That's exactly what it is, Robert. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. Thank you.
What is the one thing, the biggest thing you have learned about politics in general, or the operation of the city in general, or the mal-operation of the city in general, since you started campaigning, 120 days ago?
Yeah, actually, I decided to do this about January the 6th, January 7th. So, full campaign mode was probably around February. So
let's assume this is in many ways the education of Leo Savage.
Yes.
What has Leo learned?
Well, I'll answer your question specifically.
Okay.
Because I've learned a lot. I've actually learned that there are a lot of mismanaged funds throughout our city. I have learned that there are bits of corruption that people never have even dreamt of. It's something that people say, oh, no, that couldn't happen.
Well, let's start there, because you mentioned that off the air, too. Let's talk about what, in your mind, is waste and mismanagement. Give us some examples and tell us about how that would be tackled by a Savage administration.
Sure. Well, first off, we need to do a complete, now not just on our water department, I'm going to start there, but we really need to do a third-party audit of all of our city departments. I really think that we've got it. It's deep. I think it's kind of like you go down, you come to work every morning, and I'm sure the speed limit might be 60 and you're doing 65. You might do 70, and you're doing it because you never get caught. Well, I think that's what's happened through all the years is people have done things and they've never been caught, so they continue to do it. So it might be a more grandiose scale each time. But again, to start with the water department, we spent, in the prior administration, we spent $7.4 million on water meters, and they were supposed to simplify the process of reading these water meters instead of having a guy having to go out. And by the way, I think we have 15 people who read 81,000 water meters right now, so you tell me if that's done effectively or not. But go back, and you also, to tackle the $7.4 million that we spent on these water meters, they also spent $3 million on the software. Now, I want you to think about all of this combined, our $10.4 million. It's never been used. It didn't work. It's sitting in pallets, I would assume, somewhere in Shreveport in a warehouse, not being used. Now, if that was you and you had purchased something that didn't work, I'm sure you would take it back, get your money back, but we haven't. Now, this was purchased through Triton. It's a company that if you want to dig, like I did, you'll find a lot of people who are tied to that were with former administrations, and you can look at that throughout our government, and you'll see that's happened.
Still corruption now under the current administration?
Let me rephrase that question. Pardon me. And I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Sure.
But I almost interrupted your previous answer. Let me try it this way, and you tell me if Erin and I are wrong.
Okay.
That in government, in Shreveport city government as it exists, there is an accepted level of corruption. Yes or no?
Yes.
With the current administration as well.
I have to assume that, and I'm going to use that word, assume. I don't have anything that I can tell you with facts right now. I do have some information that I am looking into now that would certainly reveal that and prove that. And until I can actually put something together like we did with the water department and what we really, I mean, everything that we found was facts, and we presented facts when we did it. It seems like that other news media would probably have done investigation way before we did, but we just got a hold of it and we started getting people who complained about it to us. So we started digging.
You throw some things up on social media and you're criticized for some of it. One this week had to do with George Soros.
Yes.
Donating in this mayor's race. You suspected it. Why did you do? You don't have proof of that.
No.
Why would you do that?
Well, first off, if you Google right now, you Google George Soros, and you just say, George Soros's businesses, you will find hundreds of businesses that this man owns. His money has been in other races, and that has been proven. So I would be pretty shallow to think that, if it wasn't something of a mayoral race, this was much less of a mayoral race, that how would I know that it's not here? I'm not going to sit here and say I have evidence of it, because I do not. Do I feel like it is? Yes. We have people who are on his payroll that are local. We already know this. I won't say the names.
You're not naming names?
I won't say the names.
Who are they backing?
I don't know. That's something I do not know. I've tried to stay as far away from that as I possibly can.
You're not getting any money from him.
No, heck no. I am trying on our fundraising. I mean, God bless my friends and family. I mean, they're the ones that have been, funding me mostly. I feel funny taking money from anyone that I really don't know. Everybody's got an idea that, okay, when I give you money, that means that I'm going to control you when you get into being
Let me
mayor.
ask you about that, because I talked to Adrian Perkins about that. Will anyone that's contributed to your campaign possibly have a role in your administration, i.e. a job?
There's probably only one person who I would say who works on my campaign that I feel very confident about her ability or what I'd like her to do, and maybe even two people who have worked on my campaign.
And have been donors?
In time.
Okay.
In time. Not money, but in time.
Okay.
And of course I've seen what they do and how they do things and what I think they could contribute. But, there will be absolutely zero people. As a business person, you want to surround yourself with the best quality people you can. That is the only way you're ever going to rise up. If you surround yourself with a bunch of, I'll just call everybody A, B, C's, and D's. But if you surround yourself with C's and D's, that's all you're going to get. And you are a taxpayer, Erin. I'm a taxpayer. What that means is we're investors. We're investors into our city. So what happens is we're investing and we're not getting a return on our investment because they're saying, okay, well, I've got a lot of political appointees that I'm putting in these positions. And if you go and you look, you go in and you dig down into, and a lot of it's there already, into the Shreveport website. And when you go there, you'll see where people were appointed by the mayor. You will see where everybody is appointed. I won't do that. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to reevaluate every department head. Now, there may be 1, 2, 3, 5 of them out of 23 that are doing a pretty good job. I don't know. What I will do is I'm going to find out. I'm going to first ask them who they work for. If they say the city, they may not work there tomorrow. If they tell me I work for the taxpayer, then they've got a good chance.